country is to be an approximation of the values that such a country stands for. Nigeria does not stand for forgeries and impersonation. It is therefore on this note that we yet again call on President Bola A. Tinubu to follow the example of Atiku Abubakar, to clear the air about the doubts and kurukere about his past, just as we have done, openly, publicly, and we took the pains to go to Lagos, his own Lagos, where he ruled and superintended and has been lord over for over 23 years. Since Lagos is his domain, we ask Bola A. Tinubu to boldly walk into Government College Lagos and make available to the world, just as we have done today, a copy of the 1970 certificate with which he sought admission into the Chicago State University.
All the time is here for Nigerians to know who their true leader, who is their president. Since the 25th of February 2023 general election, after Bola Ahmed Tinubu was declared by the Independent National Electoral Commission on the 4th of March 2023, it has been tension all over Nigeria because of the issues surrounding the president and the manner in which the Independent National Electoral Commission declared Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Subsequently, after that declaration, the Atiku Abubakar of PDP and Labour Party candidate, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, head to the Presidential Petition Tribunal sitting in Appeal Court in Abuja. And what happened? They filed a motion in order to get their mandate back. But unfortunately, that hope was dashed on the 6th of September 2022, where the most dangerous judgment was ever given in the history of Nigeria, where constitutional matters no longer matter in Nigerian courts anymore because of the way and manner the judges present or even gave the judgment on the 6th of September 2023. Welcome to Elect TV, and this is Jay. So now, please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do it to hit the subscription button, as well as do it to share this video to reach a larger audience. Before I go further to tell you about what happened at the Supreme Court today, because it seems like hope no do. But then, before I give you the details of what happened from the Supreme Court, let me quickly remind you that the media team of Atiku Abubakar nailed it yesterday at a World Press Conference. Well, they talked about the file that will be released by the FBI, as well as the discrepancies as regards to the name of Atiku Abubakar, where there was a Sadiq in his certificate, but when he presented that he did change of name and the court signed it on Saturday, they become a bone of contention with the All Progressive Congress and Tinubu, trying to drag him into the well of forgery. But unfortunately, yesterday they came out to clear the air and lay to rest all this allegation and drama here and there. So now, before I give you the details of the cause, here is a video of how the whole World Press Conference went.
Lagos State High Court, in the same year, they claimed, or the affidavit of Atiku Abubakar was signed on a Saturday. To see if it was really an absurdity to have court papers signed on a Saturday. The outcome of our findings showed clearly that there are court papers that were signed on Saturdays in the year 1973. Atiku Abubakar's affidavit was not the only one signed on Saturday, as the con men would want you to believe. Here and now, we shall show you the slides of our findings. Please, I need the cameras to return to this screen. What you see here is in the Federal Revenue Court of Nigeria, summons to parties by the registrar to settle record under 7 Rule 7, Board of the Internal Revenue in Lagos, dated 12th day of February 1974. From there, I will take you to other documents. This is in the High Court of Lagos. When I mean High Court of Lagos, I'm talking of Tinubu's Lagos. Hearing notice. It may interest you to know that we have these are certified true copies. We got them certified by our lawyers. In this case, is between T. Adeokin and Nigeria Airways Limited. This is a hearing notice that was issued by the order of the court on the 17th of March 1973, as highlighted there. Please, you can run a check. 17th of March 1973 is a Saturday. My dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and those of us watching from our homes this evening, Sunday evening, these are CTC copies done from the Lagos High Court. What you just saw are court papers, documents that emanated from the courts that were signed, issued, and authored on Saturday, as at 1973, the same period that Atiku Abubakar's affidavit of change of name from Sadiq to Abubakar Atiku was done. Here and now, as I've just shown you the slides, As a practitioner of democracy, especially someone who sits on the chair of a president, you must live above board. A president must mirror the moral rectitude of trust and transparency. To be called the president of a country is to be an approximation of the values that such a country stands for. Nigeria does not stand for forgeries and impersonation. It is therefore on this note that we yet again call on President Bola A. Tinubu to follow the example of Atiku Abubakar, to clear the air about the doubts and kurukere about his past, just as we have done, openly, publicly, and we took the pains to go to Lagos, his own Lagos, where he ruled and superintended and has been lord over for over 23 years. Since Lagos is his domain, we ask Bola A. Tinubu to boldly walk into Government College Lagos and make available to the world, just as we have done today, a copy of the 1970 certificate with which he sought admission into the Chicago State University. He may as well tell us the business center inside Oluwole Market in Lagos, where the document, the certificate was printed and given to Chicago State University, or where that certificate was gotten from, which was presented to the Independent National Electoral Commission. And if assuming the president is afraid to come out clean, because we can only assume at this point that Bola A. Tinubu has some skeleton in his closet or his cupboard, he should feel free to confide in us. You don't need to have over 2,000 media aides for you to do your job well. We are just 3 of us here, yet we went to Lagos, Tinubu's Lagos.
Up to the Supreme Court hearing today, the Supreme Court had the hearing of Atiku Abubakar of PDP, Labour Party candidate, and His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, as well as the AP candidate. Now, remember that the MP party, filing their case to disqualify Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the case was thrown out, under the ground that the court cannot sit and overrule itself. And this is so surprising. Look at the kind of intimidating questions that were thrown at the lawyers representing the political parties, especially to that of PDP, and even, especially yes, to that of PDP. Now, the candidate of Labour Party, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, lawyer, stood up to, let the court know that the judgment given by the Presidential Petition Tribunal sitting in appeal court should be set aside and look at the evidence and look at the issues that matter when you look at the constitutional issues. Now, when you look at the Atiku case, you look at the questions being asked by some of the justices at the Supreme Court, asking them of the letter that was released by the Chicago State University and also the deposition under oath at the court by the Chicago State University, asking them if which one is much more better for them to use. Those questions asked by the justices at the Supreme Court shows that it is all over, because there may not be any form of justice coming out of the Supreme Court. Why do I say so? Because someone wrote, and it says that when you perceive the smell of a poo, you can determine the quality and the quantity of that, So let's put that aside. But this is what happened when you see those kind of questions where they are asking questions trying to defend the defendant instead of trying to be the judge over the whole issue. Then, what do you say? Now, there is a saying in Africa that when the leopard is the king over a case, that the goats bring before its courts, then what do you decide? The judgment, you should know the decision at the end. You should know the decision by now already. So now you see that the APC folks are celebrating because the courts may, at the end of the day, upheld the decision of the tribunal and the Independent National Electoral Commission. But on a quick one, let's ask ourselves this question. It is a matter of Nigerians' democracy and the progress and also the development of Nigeria we're talking about here. This is not a matter of political party or candidates or ethnic or religions background and all of that. It is a matter of the development of this nation, Nigeria, and how other nations of the world look at Nigerians. But then, that doesn't matter as long as you belong to a political party where you're benefiting from. It doesn't really matter. What do you think about this Django kind of hearing that happened in the Supreme Court today? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. But always remember this. I always say that the politicians don't really care about what you feel or what you think. It's just about their personal interest. So before you jump up to defend them, to protect their personal interest, remember, you are all alone. Until next time, Thank you for watching.